All right, it's December 6th, 2011. Let me straighten this up here. Reality Supreme Being is back on the air, also known as Caesar St. Augustine de Buonaparte. I was reading these things about suicide on the boob tube, and the junk that comes out of people's mouths. I realized something just now. The things that I thought of before. Yeah, I tried to kill myself quite a few times. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. If you've lived my life, you'd know why. In my earlier days, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but when I finally did find out what I wanted to do, I started working on my projects. And I got harassed. Like my other videos, I've already explained it. So all I need to do in this video is say harassed beyond the 86 videos that I've recorded. And now I know why I tried. Because I knew, subconsciously, I knew the human species is a very abusive animal. They have secret parts of their personality, especially those that are given authority to harass and destroy people's lives using the color of law. I'm going to give you a pointer here, all of you, especially you who've gotten on YouTube and looked at 30 seconds of my video. This one guy, Valholm or whatever, made some negative comment. I block people like that. Why bother? If you don't like me, just turn me off. You don't need to listen to me. Why even make a comment? You're not going to change me. That's just your hate, which is nothing compared to my hate. My hate is validated. Yours isn't. You're hating someone and giving someone a negative comment on somebody you don't even know. And besides that, the fact that you're only 23 years old, shoot, when I was 23, I wish I had had an adult like me to talk to me and talk some sense to my head. I would have been so glad. So let's talk about suicide. Those of you that want to do it, go right on ahead. It's okay. I mean, I tried it many times, and the logic in all of this is you're going to die anyway. And if your life is going or being made to be suffered, why not? I have a theory about young kids that try to commit suicide. It isn't the bullying. The bullies are the ones that have the answer. They subconsciously know that adults are tax-paying child killers. Sure, they know. That's where they pick up their bully technique. And it's like monkey see, monkey do, or like the 99th monkey philosophy. Once you've got one bully in school doing it, then you've got by contact through the air, by Carl Jung's theory that there is a subconscious collective. There is. We all communicate through that collective. Some of us have ego problems and try to talk over another person. The media is included, government, your whole philosophy. You need to go to the Milgrew experience. That's Milgrew. And check him out. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll see how far people will go when they're told to continue pushing the button to make someone suffer. In those experiments, the person that was acting out their suffering was doing exactly that. They weren't really suffering, but they were giving the impression that they were to the person that was pushing the button, making it worse and worse. And all this has to do with authority figures and truly, sincerely, how these authority figures that once you give them this authority, they go wacko. Now, I've been abused to such a point, maybe abuse has a good side to it. I've been abused to such a point that that's the last thing in my mind. If I had absolute dictatorial power, I would go after the people that did me the damage to begin with, the people directly involved. Oh, yeah. But it wouldn't be something violent. It would be something much more predominant, much more seclusive. I wouldn't have to, when I say exclusive, I don't mean going after them in secret. I mean, it would go after them publicly. Oh, yeah. Because my life now is the way it is. I wake up every morning, that's all I think of. Yeah, suicide. That's what I think of. As I go on through the day, I'm situationally depressed the whole day. I do these videos, yeah, because, sure, okay, let's do another video. After all, nobody's going to give a damn. All they do, they want to see the big numbers of views. And mind you, their only views are naked women, sex, somebody dying or committing suicide on camera. And they get tons and tons of views because ever since the Roman Colosseum, and even before that, mankind has this innate nature to want to see someone die right in front of their eyes. Haven't you seen a freeway slow down when there's an accident? Part of them want to save or be of help, but there's another part of them, the beast side, the wild, beastly side, that doesn't care. They want to see that death and destruction. Evel Knievel many times said, "You haven't come here to watch me jump these cars. You've come here to watch me splatter." That's his quote, quote unquote. So when I get on here on this media, you should all be taking advantage of everything I'm telling you, because you can learn from it. Because I probably won't live long enough to have classes to teach you people how to get equally educated, not just in biology and health, but also how to get equally educated in the true philosophy of the universe. Remember in one of my other videos I said the DNA is very special, especially in humans, because of the awareness factor. Animals have it too, but not to the degree that human beings do. But human beings also have a hodgepodge and a cornucopia of unexpected reactions. And that's what makes humans so unusual. But the DNA is 600 AU, astronomical units long, if you were to unravel every DNA. I've already said this in my previous video 1 or 2 days ago. And if you were to stretch it out, it would be like 880 million miles long. Now, I didn't mention this in that recording. In Jurassic Park, they told you, Mr. DNA goes on Jurassic Park. It's a little cartoon character. You watch Jurassic Park, and he says, if you looked at screens like this, like the screen you're looking at now, of nothing but barcodes of DNA, 1 second every day, and this is just one cell, one DNA, not 100 trillion, which is what you're made of. If you can imagine that number, 100 trillion. Hell, listen to this. A light year is only 6 trillion miles long. We've got 100 trillion cells. So if you looked at screens like that, 8 hours a day, every second, that means flash looking at the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't stop the screen and study it because it'd take even longer. Mr. DNA said it'd take you 2 years just to flash look at all the barcodes in the DNA. Now, that means that if your DNA is, like I said, 55 billion, 880 million miles long, the planet Pluto is only about 3 to 4 billion miles to the edge of the solar system. Your DNA would stretch out beyond that. So what's all that DNA? And every barcode has like billions of bits of information. And this is where I get that we carry our ancestors' memories in bits and pieces. And that's where we get deja vu and all this so-called hocus pocus clairvoyance. It isn't. It's memories left over from ancient ancestors all the way back to the beginning of our line to where we are now, whoever we are. So that's just to give you an idea how big the DNA is. So when you kill somebody, okay, you could be destroying the next Einstein. The next person's going to cure cancer. When that bully finds out they have cancer someday in the future, oh, please help me, oh, please help me. I'm so sorry about my past. Did you know Arnold Schwarzenegger was a bully? Yes, he was. Doesn't like to talk about it, but he was a bully. So Here Mr. DNA is telling you how long the DNA screen is. Just one. So it would take you an eternity to look through, flash look at all 100 trillion DNA barcodes. You can check this all out. I'm telling you accurate information. Some of it's rounded off in round numbers because the numbers are so huge you have to round it off. But it doesn't matter. Here I am telling you this is why you should hold life very, very preciously. Because it is immensely long. We all carry a certain amount of history with us, good and bad, unfortunately for all of us. But we have the ability to decide, to make those decisions and say, no, I'm not going to do this today. No, I'm not going to take advantage of somebody. No, I'm not going to do unacceptable behavior, even if the law says it's okay for me to do it, like calling on your neighbor for a car in the backyard or some garbage like that. That's how my life was destroyed. Nosy neighbors, crappy people, jerk-offs, jerk-holes as I call them. They don't have a place to go to the bathroom. That's why they're full of it all the time. An a-hole, hey, I got one. I'm glad I have one. I'm not full of it. Only sometimes. Now, I know you may have laughed at that, but I mean, I got to break the ice somewhere. I can't be serious all the time. But I am serious about what I tell you, what I wake up every morning. And your society did it. You parents out there who have kids who've committed suicide, you pay taxes. If all of you got together behind me and supported me as the next president, that would all be gone. I guarantee you. No kid would want to kill themselves, especially after listening to this particular video, because I'm telling you how special you are. I can think of it because my life has already been destroyed. What can I offer? Nothing. If I won the lottery tomorrow and all of you were on your knees begging me to stay because you all of a sudden became aware, all of a sudden, all of you, the whole United States become aware, this is another Christ or Buddha trying to teach us something. I'd leave you because that's how much damage you've done to me. You've stolen all of my young years with your piddly little menial prosecutions of menial laws or building and safety codes that you had no business going beyond the course and scope of your employment and hurting me to that extent over and over again, because that's what you did. You took my cars, my boats, my possessions, you took everything. Burned my house, made me grind my teeth away. Yeah, I could die of a tooth infection any day. Medi-Cal does not pay for any teeth work anymore. And they don't have Doctors Without Borders who fix children's clefts in other countries. You fix children's clefts in other countries, but yet you pay taxes to kill the very same children that are in those foreign countries. And yet you can't do anything for your own children here. You people, when I say you're sick, I have absolute the right before any of you that complain and bitch. I have more rights than all of you combined to call you exactly as you are. You're Nazis. You're all Nazis. You're doing exactly what the Nazis did. You're only killing people in abstract ways. You certainly killed me in abstract ways. You've put my mindset in a place where when I die, I want to die. I'll be happy. I told my friend who has cancer right now, is going chemotherapy on his neck. I said, if there was a miracle possible and I could take your place, I would. Just so I'd have the satisfaction of knowing I'm going to die quicker and it's going to all be over and I don't have to deal with this crap anymore. And I'm sure that's what went through Carrie's mind. I'm sure that's what went through any child's mind. Because you're the parent and you keep paying taxes, you kill other children with your taxes, and you vote for those same people, so it's a double whammy. And if you're Christian, you put the name of God on all the money and the coins, and you still pay the taxes with that money, blaspheming the name of your own God. So you tell me where the logic is. You are hypocrites, and you always will be. And anybody that answers and sends a comment to me and calls me a jerk or says I need meds or this or that, you think about what I've just told you. You're the idiot, not me. The person who points the finger and calls people a loser is the loser because they are not educated. Talk to you later.